G'day guys, what's going on? So today we're going to be showing you and talking all about the brand new iPhone 14, plus of course the watches that have come out, possibly a bit of earpod conversations as well. Now, I watched the live video from YouTube because I'm located in Sydney, Australia. This video came out from Apple 11 hours ago, but it came out at 3 a.m. Sydney time, and it basically finished at 4:30 a.m. I completely did a live review of that, uploaded it, and YouTube has blocked the video because apparently the video is owned by Apple. So we're going to have to do another review, and this time hopefully it's not going to be removed from YouTube. Now, this was a huge design situation. This was a huge rumor. This was a picture of the rumor of what the iPhone was supposed to be, and they're 99% right, kind of. I wasn't really keen on the two-pill design, and apparently the two-pill design is an actual real thing, but it's kind of not at the same time. Based on software, they're utilizing that space for some great things. Today, guys, we're going to be showing you all about the new iPhone. Let's just do it right now. So once again, the iPhone 14 Pro was announced, the iPhone 14, Apple AirPods Pro, and the Watch Ultra watch as well, Series 8, right? So this is a brand new, completely brand new product line. We've not seen this one before, so that's actually really, really cool. Now, we may talk about that later, but right now, let's kind of focus on the iPhone aspect, the Pro. This is the Pro, all right? The Pro iPhone. So a magical new way to interact with iPhone, a virtual new safety feature designed to save lives. It talks to satellites, all right, which is kind of cool. An innovative 48 megapixel camera for mind-blowing detail, all powered by the ultimate smartphone chip, the A16. Now, you're only going to be getting the A16 chip if you're getting the 14 Pro or the 14 Pro Max. If you just get the 14 normal, you're still getting a fast chip, the A15, but it is last year's chip being recycled again. But according to Apple, the chip, the A15, is still faster than a lot of than all competitors. All the competitor smartphones apparently are. A15 is still faster, okay, according to them. So if you do go Pro, you are getting something faster again, right? Pro Beyond. All right, let's scroll down a bit more. Those are the colors we can get. Deep purple, gold, silver, and space black. I think probably space. I'm more of a space black kind of guy. Maybe purple. I don't know. Designed for durability. All right, if you guys want to read that, please do, okay? You can get the 6.1 version or the 6.7 version. Now, I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Maybe time to upgrade, but I also have a couple of iPad minis. This is the brand new 2021 or 2022 version. Yes, I'm a bit of a fanboy, you know? Meet the new face of iPhone. So this is what we're talking about, right? With this pill shape. This pill shape kind of looks like that, but based on software, this whole black area can be made smaller or larger depending on what the software does, right? So let's quickly read this. The iPhone, excuse my voice, the iPhone kind of looks like that for a very important reason, right? It's because of the pill. So introducing Dynamic Island, a truly Apple innovation. That's hardware and software and something in between. It bubbles up music, sports, scores, FaceTime, and so much more, all without taking you away from what you're doing. We're going to look into that a bit more in a second. So look, here we go right now. That's the actual size of the pill. They call it the pill, and I guess it's a good name because it looks like a pill, right? But that's the size of it, but it can increase in size digitally, all right? And it actually does have, if I show you this here, it looks like an OCD person, a nightmare. If an OCD person has a nightmare, I mean, that looks like a nightmare right there. But for the most part, it doesn't look like that, but it can look like that because the screen is actually over there. The screen is actually there, but they've kind of taken the screen away digitally, all right? So there you go. I'm going to zoom in a little, if we can, and actually read this, all right? So Dynamic Island blends fun and function like never before. consolidating your notifications, alerts, and activities into one interactive place. It's integrated throughout iOS 16 and can work with all kinds of apps to seamlessly surface what you need just when you need it. It expands fluidly, whatever that means, to get your attention. Hey, you have a call coming in, then tucks away again. You can touch and hold to control your music, keep an eye on a timer, and even see your next turn in maps while messaging friends. So basically, if you're playing a game, you can see the in-app information of another app while you're still playing the game, which is cool, right? Built breakthrough by breakthrough. What? Okay, innovation thrives when you bring hardware, software, and silicon teams together like only Apple can. So here we go. This is the interesting part. 31% smaller true depth camera system, which is why they're able to get the notch a lot smaller. There's my notch. It's huge. This is the Apple iPhone 11 Pro Max. All right. So, 31% smaller true depth camera, engineered to free up display space and be even more capable. Re-engineered proximity sensor now details light from behind the display, saving additional space. Now, other mobile phone manufacturers are going down this route, kind of. They're actually putting the front camera is actually behind the screen. Now, that sounds cool, that sounds innovative, and it is. There's a huge but. Apple's not doing that, and so they shouldn't. I'm so glad they're not, because the actual designers of the Samsung, whatever it may be, that has the camera behind the screen, it's suffering. The camera quality is not there. The front-facing camera quality is, to be frank, shit. Okay, because the camera is behind the screen. Yes, it can still see you, but when the photo is taken from Samsung's under camera behind the screen situation, software is needed to increase the picture quality once its picture has been taken. It's trash, right? So instead of Apple putting their camera behind the screen, which is what others are doing, they're putting the proximity sensor behind the screen, which is still saving space, but the proximity sensor detecting light and stuff like that, I mean, it doesn't really, it's not really getting affected by the looks of it, like a camera would, right? Advanced display algorithms make dynamic island response whenever you tap, swipe, or hold. Animations designed to look and feel like liquid. Thanks to hardware and software, what's that word? I have no idea. Aliasing. Powered by Apple Silicon. So this is the biggest change to the face of the iPhone since we went all screen. Always on display. Always at the ready. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see this properly. So now your lock screen is always glanceable. That's a hell of a word, isn't it? Glanceable. So you don't even have to tap it to stay in the know, right? Now when iPhone is turned face down or in your pocket, it goes dark to save battery life. Wow. Yes. Awesome. All-day battery life, even with so many new capabilities. Now, we're going to get to this in a second, but they've taken a huge thing out of the phone, and it's such an awesome thing. They've taken out the freaking SIM tray. It's awesome. It's good. This is good, right? You know, when you've got to put a new SIM card in, you've got to push that little piece of steel in. The whole SIM tray, the whole putting a SIM thing is gone. You know, water can get in, dust can get in. It's not good. It's gone. We're going to talk about eSIM in a second, but that's one of my most favorite features for this phone, right? Your photos, your font, your widgets, your iPhone. Can we move this? I think we can. Let's quickly move this if we can. We'll zoom out a bit more. There we go. Let's scroll over there. So you can see how the 941 seems to go behind. Sometimes, like, it's behind the hair, that one. See, it's behind the head. Like, wow, software. The software is getting really, really clever, right? So iOS 16 lets you customize your lock screen in fun new ways, layers a photo to make it pop, track your activity rings, and see live updates from your favorite apps. Can we go any further? No, that's it. So that's really clever how they do that, right? What's just happened to my computer screen? I'm not really sure. A display that's up to 2 times brighter in the sun. Now, this is a good thing when you're out in the sun, but my gosh, if you're ever in bed at 3 in the morning and you look at the time, if you've set your freaking phone up as bright as possible, I mean, it's going to be like looking at the sun. You're dead, okay? Hopefully that proximity sensor underneath the underneath the screen will actually make it good for you, but there you go. For those bright sunny days, the Super Retina XDR display now reaches a peak of 2000 nits outdoors. That's twice as bright as before and the highest peak brightness of any smartphone. So text jumps straight off the screen. So that's awesome, right? That's awesome. That's actually really, really good. Especially if you're taking a lot of video or photos outside, especially in direct sunlight, when the sunlight's coming towards your eyes, or even, it may be even worse, when the sun's coming from behind you and hitting the screen, right? It's hard to see the buttons. It's hard to see the picture. This is better. Brighter is better in these situations, right? I'm going to zoom in a bit more over here. And, okay. Photos and HDR video get a big boost too, up to 1600 nits peak brightness, bringing iPhone to the same level as the Pro Display XDR. Movies, shows, and even the films you shoot on iPhone look more true to life than ever. Gaming. ProMotion. Oh my God. I didn't realize they had ProMotion, really. I watched the display. I watched the live broadcast, like I said, 11 hours ago, right? And YouTube took the video down, unfortunately. I actually didn't realize this feature came, but here we go. This is awesome. ProMotion technology allows for variable refresh rates from 10 to 120 times per second. I'll talk about this in a second. It smoothly and intelligently ramps up when you need exceptional graphics performance and ramps down to save power when you don't. I actually didn't realize it can do 120 frames per second, so that's awesome. So when you're scrolling, let me see if I can do it right now. When you're scrolling on your Facebook feed, for example, it basically, if you've never had 120 frames per second refresh rate, which most of us haven't, you don't notice it. But once you have seen a phone with 120 hertz refresh rate, it looks so seamless. And older phones look like they're actually jumping. The screen's jumping up and down, right? The iPad Pro, which I don't have, but the iPad Pro, the new one has 120 hertz refresh rate, and the other iPads don't. So it's not a big deal if you don't have it, but once you, like I said, once you have it, you kind of notice it more as a good thing. Like, oh wow, it looks so much cleaner and clearer, right? But when the screen is on constantly, because it's all day screen, you know, it just leaves it on in the background, the refresh rate is basically what, 1 or 10? Probably 1. So it'd be from 10, I guess. That's what it says here. So it would be from 10, right? So the less refresh rate happening on the phone screen, the less battery it needs to continue showing it, right? Going to the next thing. I'm really excited about iPhone. Can you tell? Hopefully. Crash detection calls for help when you can't. And this is an awesome thing, right? It looks like you've just been in a crash. iPhone will trigger emergency SOS if you don't respond. So iPhone 14 Pro can detect and detect, I should say, a severe car crash. Then call 000 911, or what's the England version? 999? I can't remember now. Anyway, and notify your emergency contacts. Awesome. How iPhone feels, hears, and measures a crash. Now this is interesting. And I'm going to show you in a second something, if I can remember. It's about G-force. I'm going to try and remember this one. Okay. So sudden speed shifts. A new high G-force accelerometer senses extreme accelerations or decelerations up to 256 Gs. Now, how much does it take to actually kill someone? Hang on, let's quickly check it out right now. How many G apostrophe S? That's not apostrophe. Where's my apostrophe? I have no idea. We'll just do G's. How many G's can kill someone? All right, changes in speed are expressed by multiples in gravity acceleration. What does it say here? So, okay, sustained G-forces of even 6G would be fatal. In some cases, 6G can be fatal. Have a look at this. I mean, you'd never need this, but this can detect up to 256 Gs of deceleration or acceleration. I mean, you'd be dead 1,000 times over if you ever reached that, right? But hey, if the roller coaster you're going on does anything like that, at least your watch can detect it. But you'd be dead, right? There you go. That's kind of cool. Abrupt changes in direction. A high dynamic range gyroscope monitors drastic changes in a car's orientation, getting flipped left and right, sideways, stopping real quick, whatever. Laboratory crash tests. We've developed advanced motion algorithms by performing head-on rear and side impact and rollover crash tests, right? Cabin pressure changes. Now, this is an interesting one. I mean, with this new technology, maybe you could even, maybe your watch or phone that has this technology can even tell you how high up in the mountains you are. If you're on top of, what's that tallest mountain on Earth? I can't remember now. I really can't remember now. Mount something, something. That one, right? The higher you go up, the less pressure is up there. Your watch or phone that has this technology could actually basically tell you how high up you are based on pressure. And that's awesome, right? That's a cool new feature. But the barometer can detect pressure changes caused by deploying airbags, right? Now, loud sound levels of impact. While you're driving, the microphone identifies the extreme sound levels of a collision. For privacy, all processing is done actually on your phone and it's not sent to the cloud. So there you go. You're not, I'm going to kill someone. Oops, Apple's actually just heard that. No, it's not getting sent to the cloud. Apparently, it's just getting done on your device, right? So, haha, I'm going to kill someone. No, I'm not. Anyway, moving on. Real-world crash data. We used public crash data from accidents to make crash detection as accurate as possible. So that's a pretty interesting little new piece of technology for the iPhone 14 Pro. And the non-Pro, I think, has this as well, right? 1 million hours of real-world driving and crashed data helps iPhone recognize the accidents. Now, the Pro camera, this is interesting. The Pro camera system gets massively more pro. And I am a pro camera kind of guy. Just look at the studio I am in. I've got cameras 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 is my computer, 5 is showing you my table, my A10 Mini Extreme over here, and I've got a few other things as well. But yeah, look, I love cameras, right? So this is really awesome for me to see this. Introducing the all-new 48 megapixel main camera with an advanced quad pixel sensor. Big words. What does it all mean? Let's quickly look at this, right? That was a cool little animation. Let's go back to that, can we? No, it's not doing it again. All right. Up to 4 times the resolution for jaw-dropping cropping. Now look at this. I'm going to zoom in a little here, and I might have to zoom out a bit, but there we go. Can you guys see that now? Is it going to do it? Basically, you move this, and this picture is showing you cropped in over here, and it moves. If I zoom out a bit, it was doing it before, but there you go. Anyway, iPhone 14 Pro raises the bar for what 48 megapixel can do, delivering 4 times the resolution in Pro RAW for mind-blowing detail in every crop. 65% larger sensor. Wow. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. Now look, the larger the sensor in a camera, any camera, the larger the sensor is usually a good thing. It's a great thing, okay? Better, much better for low light situations, even nighttime. Looking at the moon, the stars, looking at your street lights, okay? The larger the sensor, the more light is coming through the lens, the elements. The fifth element, the light, it's a movie, never mind, okay? And it's making the picture much less noisier, much less grainier. You're getting a better result. This is awesome. This is for the main main camera, the main one of the three cameras, right? So the quad pixel sensor of the main camera makes the most of the 48 megapixels by adapting to what you're shooting. For most photos, you want to optimize for light capture. So the new sensor groups 4 pixels together into one large quad pixel, gathering 4 times more light and producing spectacularly better photos at the practical 12 megapixel size. So there you go. Interesting. Other times, it's better to optimize for detail. Now, in those cases, the sensor leverages each individual pixel, providing more creative options for shooting and editing in pro workflows. Now, for the ultimate combination of detail and flexibility, shoot in Pro RAW at 48 megapixel resolution. Now, obviously, you're going to need a bloody camera. Are we on the right one? There we go. Okay. Obviously, you're going to need a phone with a lot of space. I mean, if you've got the money, just get the highest one, which is 1 terabyte, right? But if you haven't got the money, maybe reduce the megapixel size, the actual overall megapixel size for each individual photo to 12 megapixels. Otherwise, you're going to run out of space pretty quickly, right? A new machine learning model delivers sharper images. That used to be a shop in America. Remember that sharper image? Delivering sharper images and less noise for unprecedented details, so you can reframe your photos while still retaining amazing resolution. Welcome to total creative control. Now, the picture of versatility. All right, let's quickly zoom down. Can we go down? There we go. It's moving. Oh, look at that. It's moving. I'm not sure if I read all this, but I'll read this one as well, okay? Now, the new Pro camera system adds a 2 times optical quality telephoto to its zoom range, putting tons of framing flexibility in your pocket. Up your frame game. The quad pixel sensor allows us, you and me, the iPhone user, to go beyond 3 fixed lenses of the Pro camera system to create an additional 2 times telephoto, which is awesome, which expands your zoom options to 0.5 to 1 times to 2 times to 3 times, and they're doing that still with 3 cameras, not 4 but 3. They're clever, I'm guessing they're clever. The new telephoto uses the middle 12 megapixels of the quad pixel sensor to deliver full resolution photos and 4K videos with no digital zoom. Digital zoom sucks if you can avoid it. Optical zoom is always better, right? And it works in portrait mode, time-lapse, and pano, which means gorgeous close-up photos and videos are just a tap away. Can we change that? No, we can't. All right, much more detail in much less light. Okay, let's quickly look at this. Let's zoom in a bit more, yeah? All right, there we go. Up to 3 times better low light photos on the ultra wide camera. Thank you, Apple. Now, my iPhone 11 Pro Max was the very first phone to have 3 lenses, which was freaking sick. It was amazing to have an ultra wide, a normal, and a zoom lens. Wow. But the third ultra wide lens, was bloody terrible. I mean, it was fucking shocking. There goes the word. There goes the F-bomb. It was fucking shocking at low light. Terrible. As soon as that sunset starts to happen, I mean, take the ultra wide off. It looks terribly grainy and shitty and terrible, right? So 3 times better low light photos on the ultra wide camera for the iPhone 14 Pro. Up to 2 times better low light performance on the main camera. Awesome. Up to 2 times better low light photos on the telephoto camera. So yeah, almost every generation of iPhone or any phone, almost every generation they update the camera. At least one camera usually is updated, while the other ones may be the same roughly. But this, like I said, this 14 Pro Max, or the Pro, has 2 times, and 3 times better low light, which is amazing. Truly incredible. To push the limits of low light photography, we started with larger sensors that capture dynamically more light, which is obviously incredible, right? Then we added the all-new Photonic Engine, our game-changing image pipeline. It allows deep fusion, which merges the best pixels from multiple exposures into one phenomenal photo. Now, to happen earlier in the process of uncompressed images, anyway, this preserves much more detail. This preserves much more data to deliver brighter, more lifelike colors and beautifully detailed textures in less light than ever. Now, the latest Apple Silicon performs up to 4 trillion operations per photo. So, yeah, with the new A16 Bionic chip, we're doing... Hang on. Quickly watch this. Watch this. I've got it open for you guys right now. Okay. The Apple A16 versus the A15 chip. Take a look at this. The A16 Bionic will pack 16 billion transistors, which is a whole billion more than can be found on the A15. So, wow, there you go. A billion more anything in life is good, I'm guessing. Unless it's water, then we're all getting flooded, I'm guessing. I don't know. That was just random, but all right. Going back down to this. The new Aperture True Tone Flash adjusts the pattern and intensity of 9 LEDs depending on the focal length of the photo. So your subject always appears in the best light. Up to 2 times brighter flash. I mean, forget about photos and videos. I mean, you're looking for your goddamn keys at night, putting your light on, like, where's my keys in the dark? You've got 2 times better flashlight now, which is obviously a good thing. All right? What's happening here with Norton? Go away, Norton. Up to 3 times better uniformity. How do you spell that one? How do you say that one?
Uniformity.
Uniformity on ultra-wide shots with the flash, so there you go. When apps request access to your photos, iPhone lets you call the shots by sharing just the ones you want instead of the whole entire library. That's good. Awesome. Keep my pornography out of Apple's hands. Thank you very much, right? 24 breathtaking frames per second. Now, if you're, to the cinematographers, to the video editors, to the vloggers out there, I mean, you're going to want 24 frames per second. Maybe. Not everyone's interested in that, but if you want to film the film look and have the film look, 24 frames per second is going to be it for you. All right. Cinematic mode now shoots in 4K HDR high dynamic range at 24 frames per second, the film industry standard, and have your people call our people. All right then. Now you can seamlessly edit with other pro footage in 4K 24 or 30 frames per second. You can even edit the depth effect after capture, which is awesome. That's actually really, really cool, okay? The highest quality video in a smartphone. Shaky action shot, fix it in pre-production. What's this guy doing? Jumping. Replay. Can we replay it? There we go. Whether you're filming from an off-road vehicle or running alongside your subject, try action mode for smooth handheld videos. So, I mean, potentially say goodbye to the gimbal. Even with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, I mean, you could absolutely say goodbye to the gimbals, right? Walking with my iPhone 11 Pro Max on video mode, like, wow, the stabilization, incredible. Obviously, it's only just gotten better with this camera, with this new phone, right? The only smartphone in the whole world that lets you shoot video, edit, and share in ProRes Dolby Vision HDR. Okay, so this is the actual specifications of what's actually going on. So we're going to zoom out a little now, if we can. What have I done? I don't know. There we go. Oh my goodness, that's a lot better, isn't it? Can you guys see that? Okay. The main camera, 48 megapixels for up to 4 times the resolution. If you guys want to read all that stuff, go for it. Okay, what do we got here? Aperture, f1.70 aperture, which is pretty good. That's pretty freaking good, okay? 7-element lens, so we're getting some professional stuff inside this camera, right? This main camera lens, the 48 megapixel one. There we go. Okay, for the telephoto lens, I'm guessing this one. Up to 2 times better low light performance, as I've said before. 3 times optical zoom. I honestly would have liked 6 to 10 times optical zoom. It would have been better, but I mean, some Android phones are going up to 10 times optical zoom, I think. There was even a rumor going around that periscope cameras could be a thing for the newest iPhone. It wasn't to be, unfortunately. We did a video about this a little while ago, but a periscope camera that technology kind of used in a submarine kind of thing. I think. Could be right, could be wrong. But anyway, let's move on from that one. 2.8 aperture, f2.8, 6-element lens. 1 element less than the main one, which is 7. This one, the ultra-wide, has 6 elements as well as the telephoto. Okay, going to the ultra-wide, sharper, brighter macro shots. There we go. f2.2 aperture, which is a little better than the telephoto, which is f2.8. But once again, the main camera lens is f1.7. So obviously, the smaller the f number, the smaller the number, the better the low light it is, right? So this one right now is the worst of the 3 for low light. The telephoto is the worst of the 3, right? I'm just really glad that the ultra wide is now f2 point something, right? That's awesome. A camera in a class by itself. So snap your sharpest and most colorful close-ups and group shots thanks to a new true depth front camera with autofocus and a larger aperture. So the front camera has even been updated as well. And once again, there's that notch. All right, up to 2 times better low light performance in photos with the front camera. So once again, wow. Taking a selfie or taking, well, what other reason would you use the front camera for? I don't really know. But taking a selfie with your friends, you may not even need the light, the flashlight, right? The flashlight can come in handy in those really dark situations. But if you've got enough ambient light, with this 2 times better performance, I mean, the front camera can do a much better job now with that front camera. On the count of 3, say we. No, I don't want to. I just did it. There we go. Now that the true depth camera can automatically focus on multiple subjects at once, all your selfies, from stunning close-ups to group shots, they look their sharpest. All right. And the larger aperture lets in lots more light, which is obviously a great thing, capturing brighter color and finer detail in low light scenes. Now look at this, 38% better light gathering performance. I mean, wow. What can you say? That's awesome. I mean, if this is absolutely true, what a huge improvement in photography. All these camera lenses, huge improvement. That's amazing. More details and less noise in your photos and video. Awesome. Look at the detail in her eye. She kind of looks like Beyonce. She kind of looks like Misha Barton from the OC. She was also the dead girl in that I See Dead People movie, Sixth Sense. Remember that? She was the dead girl. She was a ghost speaking to that kid. Anyway, moving on. Can you guys see me? There we go. All right. I'm not going to read that, but if you guys want to read that, please do. All right, there we go. Let's move on to the next bit. All right, so this is once again talking about the A16 chip. A bit more information behind it now. I'm going to sneeze in a second, just warning you. All right, can we do it? I'm going to zoom out a bit. Zoom out a bit more. The mastermind behind it all. Say hello to my little friend, Scarface. Say hello to the A16 Bionic with the ultimate smartphone chip. That's what it kind of looks like. Each one of those little panels does its own thing, whatever they may be, right? It's not 16 billion, but nearly 16 billion, minus maybe 20 million, who knows, right? Who would know? Nearly 16 billion transistors for industry-leading speed and efficiency. Faster 6-core CPU handles dynamic workloads smoothly and efficiently. Now, the neural engine performs nearly 17 trillion operations per second. I mean, look, our minds can't even fathom what that number is. The number is just so huge. Once you get into the millions and then the billions, and I mean, look, this is trillions. I mean, once you get into those numbers, you just don't really understand and appreciate what that number really means. But there you go, 17 trillion, not even billion, 17 trillion operations per second, allowing for pixel by pixel analysis to optimize your photos. If there ever is a judgment day with the Terminator like judgment day situation where the AI turns on us, I mean, we're all screwed, let's face it. I mean, unless you can use electromagnetic bombs to destroy all electronics everywhere. Unless you can do that, I mean, you're screwed, right, if you can't. Wow, technology is getting really, really smart, obviously. 5-core GPU with 50% more memory bandwidth for complex graphics in the latest mobile games. Advanced ISP powers the creative flexibility of the quad-pixel sensor. Power-efficient performance allows the A16 Bionic to run at blazing fast speeds for longer. So quickly talking about this for a second. 5-core GPU with 50% more memory bandwidth for complex graphics in the latest mobile games. Now, obviously, gaming is just getting better and better for phones. I mean, back in the day, mobile games consisted of Snake and Gallagher and what, I don't know, it wasn't Gallagher, that was something else, but the 80s. Snake, Tetris. I mean, those were the games back in the day on phones, but obviously as we go year by year, the graphics improvements are getting, huge, okay? Only because the hardware and the software on these new phones are working together extraordinarily great, right? So to have 50% more memory bandwidth is just basically future-proofing gaming on these devices, right? A battery that's all, let me try and zoom out a bit, there we go. A battery that's all in all day, even with so many new capabilities. iPhone 14 Pro still delivers amazing all-day battery life, so up to 29 hours video playback on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which is crazy. You're getting a whole day plus more. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So you can spend a whole day plus 5 hours watching your phone constantly without needing a charge, right? Awesome. Up to 23 hours video playback on the iPhone Pro, but the Pro Max has a better battery, obviously. Add a MagSafe charger for faster wireless charging. There you go. See both iPhone 14 Pro models in VR. No, I don't think we'll do that today, but we'll move on a little bit more down here. What else can we find? Well, there you go. That's going to be the iPhone 14. A quick little look at the new Apple Watch. I'm going to have to reload that one because it's not working properly. For athletes that do the same. Now, we're not going to be reading everything from this particular one, but we will be showing you some things. We'll quickly read this, right? Adventure awaits. Now, once again, look, this is a brand new watch that's never been here before. The Apple Watch has obviously been a thing, but this is a whole new category for sports enthusiasts, diving enthusiasts, adventure enthusiasts, basically just enthusiasts. All right, there you go. Meet the most rugged and capable Apple Watch ever with a robust titanium case, precision dial, dual functionality, I should say, GPS up to 36 hours of battery life, which is great for an Apple Watch, the freedom of cellular, and 3 specialized bands made for athletes and adventurers of all kinds. Zoom out a little. There we go. This is what the thing kind of looks like. Built tough because it is. I'll quickly zoom in. If you guys want to read that, pause it and then read it, okay? 49 millimeter titanium case, water resistant up to 100 meters, which is incredible. I mean, if you're a professional diver, 100 meters is a professional diving watch, I'm pretty sure. My father had a professional diving watch and still does somewhere on one of the shelves. But yeah, 100 meters I think is really, really good, right? This thing is actually a lot thicker than the average Apple Watches because of its new rugged, more capability functionality, right? The biggest and brightest Apple Watch display ever for 2000 nits, okay, so there you go. Wayfinder watch face with night mode. So basically, when you're in the jungle, you don't want animals to see you or be blinded by the light. The red mode comes on and it doesn't really disturb the animals around you, kind of thing. Awesome, right? Ready for action. The new action button, which is new on a watch, mind you, the new action button gives you a quick physical control over a variety of functions. It's customizable and can do things like control a workout, mark a compass waypoint, or begin a dive, just like you. It's full of potential. It was a little kissy-assy situation then, but all right, whatever. That's from them. Should we zoom in on that? Okay, GPS antenna, action button in integration orange, international orange. So there you go. I didn't know that there was a color such as international orange, but I mean now we know, right? Dual speakers. A second speaker improves audio volume for calls and siren. Now this is an interesting one. If you're stuck in the wilderness and you need help and need someone to find you, this is going to be the situation you're going to want, right? It emits an 86 decibel sound pattern to attract help. Can be heard up to 180 meters away. There you go. I'm guessing as newer versions of this watch come out, it'll be louder and louder, I'm guessing. That's just my thoughts. This new digital crown is a lot larger compared to other Apple Watches, right? If you guys want to read that, please do. There's a 3 mic array, so getting better audio from your mouth. There you go. Battery life for days, up to 36 hours on normal use, up to 60 hours on low power settings, which is crazy for an Apple Watch, all right? There's 3 different sides of the watch. Honestly, I haven't got an Apple Watch, but if I am going to get one, it's going to be this one. If I have the money, right? They're fucking expensive. It's terrible, right? But this is going to be the watch I get. My mum and my partner have a watch, Apple Watch, but I don't. I'm more of the old school watch kind of person. If it has gears and it has a ticking or one of those really smooth second count tickers, like that's my thing, right? Okay, push further, run wilder. If it's going to show us, I don't know. It's not showing us properly, but there we go. There's a quick little look at that. Heart rate zones, running form, running power, action button. GPS that's truly trailblazing. GPS performance is critical for athletes who want the most precise metrics, whether they're training in ultra streets or out in the wild. Apple Watch Ultra features a new precision dual frequency GPS system that provides amazing accuracy in the most difficult locations. There you go, if you guys want to read that. That's pretty cool. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more and just go down quickly. You can get some new bands. Look, let me know in the comments down below about the newest iPhone Pro and the Pro Max, and of course this newest watch. What do you like about these new designs? What don't you like? Did you have something in mind that you really wanted Apple to make, but they didn't? I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, I did put a video up of this. I reviewed it for an hour and 34 minutes, and bloody YouTube took it down. So that really sucks. But I hope you guys like the video. Let me know in the comments down below. We're on channel 2, this one right now. But of course, we also are on channel 1, where we make travel films around the world with almost 25,000 subscribers. Those social medias at Tallboy Gareth. I've been tall. My name's Gareth, and I'll see you beautiful people tomorrow. I love yous. See you soon. Bye.